Good morning, Dr. Sung Poblete, the CEO of Food Allergy Research Education, here to talk to us this morning about Halloween safety for kids with food allergies through the Teal Pumpkin Project. So please tell us, what is the motivation behind the Teal Pumpkin Project?
Teal Pumpkin Project is a movement to create a safer and more inclusive Halloween for all trick-or-treaters by encouraging the availability of non-food treats at those Halloween celebrations. So if you have a food allergy, you can't really participate because a lot of the candies that you give out contain nuts or milk or eggs, soy, wheat, or sesame, which are some of the most common allergens in children and adults. So, by giving non food treats, we're creating a really inclusive environment.
You are, and I tell you, that is such a bummer because you're right. All of those are ingredients that are most likely found in some of your favorite candies. So, what are some alternative treat ideas that people can give out instead of candies?
I'm glad you asked. This is what gets me really excited. You have things like glow sticks, small toys, you have temporary tattoos, yo-yos. I mean, there's endless amount of non-food treats. And in my neighborhood, the kids love to come back, not once, not twice, but three times, because they're collecting and trading, little toys. And it's just
Yeah.
so much fun to see.
You know what? That is a really different concept, because you always, of course, associate Halloween with candy, and trading candy with each other. But the idea of toys is just as exciting, especially if you're a little kid, who doesn't want toys? All kids want toys. So, where rather can we find teal pumpkins? Is there a place, a particular place that someone can find teal pumpkins?
Absolutely. For 3 years in a row, we have partnered with CVS Pharmacy. So when you walk in there, you'll find a teal pumpkin. And please note, you put the teal pumpkin on your front porch or on the window for display to let children and their parents know that you're participating in the Teal Pumpkin Project. We're not asking kids to carry the teal pumpkin. We don't want to create stigma. The
Okay.
kids can carry orange pumpkins. It just
Mhm.
signifies at this specific house, we have non food treats.
Ah, I see. I see. Okay, so is there anything else that CVS is working with you on with this partnership, or is this just the place where you can get Till Pumpkins? Is that just like the regular place where you can go?
It is. And also, they have more than 100 non food treats. They're very affordable. So they're really partnering with us to make certain that all of this is available. But I think, what's really important is when you go to foodallergy.org, there is an interactive teal pumpkin map where you can identify and see who's participating in the Teal Pumpkin Project in your neighborhood so that you could plan your route with your friends and your parents and see how many of these wonderful non food treats you can collect. And I always challenge people, if you don't see one in your neighborhood, step up, be the leader,
Yeah,
and be the Teal Pumpkin Project movement leader for your neighborhood. It's so
that's a
much
great
fun.
idea. That's a great idea. So, how can a household participate? So, would they need to go to CVS also to participate?
No, not at all. Just find a teal pumpkin.
Hmm.
And I have to say, we've been doing this since 2014,
Okay.
and teal pumpkins can be found in now 50 states. It's so easy to do this, put yourself on the map at foodallergy.org. And
Okay.
yeah, start a movement in your neighborhood.
That's a great idea, especially if you have lots of children in your neighborhood, because there's likely someone in your neighborhood who is allergic to some food product that might be in some of their favorite foods. So that's a great idea. And this is a great concept. Was this your idea?
I wish it were my idea. I wish, but just going back to the numbers, it's literally about 1 in 13 children in the United States have a potentially life-threatening food allergy. If you reduce that to just Georgia, it's 192,940 kids. That's
That's a
a
lot of
lot of
kids.
kids. That's two children in every classroom. So
Oh,
you will find somebody who is your friend, who's your classmate, who's a member
yeah.
of your own very family that is
Yeah.
dealing with a life threatening food allergy.
You know what? This is such great information. And I know we were talking before we started recording, and I was telling you that we'd done this story before about 2 years ago. And I thought it was a great idea then. And I think it's a great idea now. I wish it had been, something that someone had thought about years ago, but, it came at the right time. And it's never too late, it sounds like, to get involved. I guess October is a really good time for people to really tap into this, right before Halloween so that people know that that's a house that they can go to get some safe treats this year, that they don't have to end up in the hospital because they ate something that they weren't supposed to. Dr. Poblete, thank you so much for sharing this information with us and with our WAOK audience this morning. We want to make sure that we keep all of our kids and adults safe. Candy is fun and all of that, but we know that everybody can't eat it. So this is such a great idea for kids and adults who can't eat candy. I'm sure the adults probably don't want the toys, but you know what? It's good to know that, there is something out there that's an alternative for kids. So thank you so much for sharing with us this morning on behalf of FAIR.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.